Hi, I'm Sarah, and I have 3 real horror stories to share with you. But be warned, these are the kind of stories you won't forget. Story 1. The Haunted Cabin. It was supposed to be a relaxing weekend getaway, but it turned into a nightmare. A few friends and I rented a remote cabin in the woods. The place was beautiful, too beautiful. But the moment the sun set, strange things started happening. We heard footsteps when no one was around. The furniture would shift by itself, and worst of all, we found an old, dusty mirror in the attic. It wasn't just any mirror. It reflected things that weren't there, like shadowy figures and faces that disappeared when you blinked. That night, we ran out of there so fast, we left our bags behind. But it didn't end there. Days later, we each had nightmares about the mirror, and every time I looked into one, I could swear I saw something watching me. We had to move out of town just to get some peace. Story 2. The Shadow in the Woods. This one happened to my cousin, Emily. She was hiking alone in a national park late one afternoon. She'd been out there many times before, but that day felt different. The air was thick with an eerie stillness, and the trees seemed to close in on her. Then she saw it, a figure tall, dark, and shadowy lurking just beyond the trees. At first, she thought it was a trick of the light, but as she kept walking, it kept getting closer. She ran, but no matter how fast she went, the figure stayed right behind her, just out of reach. When she finally made it back to her car, she turned to look one last time. The figure was standing at the edge of the trees, watching her. The strangest part? She never saw it again. But for weeks afterward, she had vivid dreams of that figure. And in the dream, it always said the same thing: "You'll never escape." Story 3. The Whispering House. This story is from my childhood. I used to visit my grandmother's house every summer. It was old, creaky, and always had an air of mystery. One night, while everyone was asleep, I was alone in the living room watching TV. Suddenly, I heard whispers, quiet at first, but then louder, as if they were coming from the walls themselves. I tried to ignore it, but the whispers grew frantic. I couldn't make out what they were saying, but it was clear they were trying to communicate. I decided to check the house, thinking maybe someone was messing with me. I walked from room to room, but there was no one there. The whispers continued, but now they were coming from the basement. Terrified, I grabbed a flashlight and slowly made my way down. When I reached the bottom, the whispers stopped. But there, in the dim light, I saw something that made my blood run cold. An old photo of my grandmother, with a figure standing behind her, one I'd never seen before. The figure's eyes were staring straight at me. I ran upstairs and never went near that basement again.